Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The expedition of Abdullah bin Ja'sh radiallahu anhu. As a part of the session, a band of 8 Emirates was sent out by Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam under the leadership of Abdullah bin Ja'sh radiallahu anhu in Rajab 2 Hijri. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave him a sealed letter of instruction. They were not to open it until they were 2 days' journey from Medina. In due course, when Abdullah opened the letter, he found in its instruction to proceed to Nakhla on the road of from Taif to Makkah and lie there in wait for the Quraysh and find out what they are doing. Eventually, a caravan of Quraysh passed by them. It was returning from Taif. They surprised this caravan and routed it, acting against the clear advice of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In this raid, they killed Amr bin Hadrim, one of the 4 Meccan guards of the caravan. This added fuel to the fire. It provided to Meccans with the excuse to stir the tribes. The trade caravan of Abu Sufyan in Makkah, preparation for an attack on Muslims were ready on foot. In the month of Shaban 2 Hijri, the Muslims learned that a great trade caravan had stayed on its return journey from Syria and would be passing Medina a few weeks later. It was reported that merchants in the caravan of 1,000 camels was worth 50,000 dinars. Everyone in Makkah had a share in it. Everyone in Makkah was therefore concerned about its safety. About 70 of men accompanying it. It was led by Abu Sufyan bin Harban, one of the worst enemy of Islam in Makkah. Ever since the migration of Muslims from Makkah to Medina, a state of war had existed between them and the Meccan Quraysh. Allah's Messenger therefore informed his companions that he intended for the caravan as soon as it approached Medina. The Prophet's real objective had been, however, from the very beginning an encounter with the Quraysh army. The Prophet had realized the Quraysh might attack the Muslims under the cover of rescuing their trade caravan. The intention for the caravan was merely a bait to bring out the mischievous Quraysh from Makkah to meet the Muslims in an open battle. Abu Sufyan sent a fast-riding messenger to Makkah. Abu Sufyan realized at the early stage the Muslims were planning to attack this caravan. This increased his anxiety. He sent a fast-riding courier to Makkah with the urgent request to cover the caravan at the area of danger. The Quraysh assembled a powerful army under the leadership of Abu Jahl. On receipt of Sufyan's message, the Meccans, led by the Abu Jahl, set about raising a powerful army. Nearly all the fighters of men of Makkah joined eventually. The Quraysh army consists of about 1,000 armored soldiers, 700 camels, and over 100 horses set out from Makkah to the rescue of the caravan. The caravan reached Makkah safely. Meanwhile, Abu Sufyan's caravan was proceeding southwards along the coast. It had changed its normal route. He tried to put as much distance as possible between himself and Medina. He reached Makkah safely by forced marches and winding routes. By the time he got back to Makkah, the Quraysh army had already left for Medina, the Muslim army on the move. At the same time, Prophet Muhammad set out of Medina on the 12th day of the month of Ramadan, 2 Hijri, at the head of 313 faithful Muslims. They were very poor armed. They had only 70 camels and 2 horses. Between them, there 3 or 4 men were assigned to one camel, which they rode in turns. The Prophet's companions were under the impression that they were going to attack the trade caravan. They therefore did not expect a bitter conflict, since the caravan was guarded by only about 40 armed men. While leaving Medina, the Prophet ﷺ appointed Amr bin Maktoum to lead the prayer. Abu Lubana was appointed to be the governor of the city. Brave act of a teenager. They had hardly gone about a mile when the Prophet ﷺ reviewed the army. Those who were too young were asked to return. Umaira bin Abi Waqqas, a young boy of only 16, had also joined the force. He tried to look away so as not to attract the attention of the Messenger of Allah. He hoped Allah might honor him with the martyrdom.